Welcome back. Week 3 recap. This is Chalk Talk with Jalen and Chuck. It is, what is it, Wednesday, September 24th, and we're coming in off of week 3 of NFL action, rolling into week 4. Jalen, how are you?
Good, man. Football was really good this past weekend.
Yeah.
Besides one complaint, one very large complaint that I have, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, it was a good week. I had kind of a brutal Saturday, and we'll be getting to that as well. So I guess you know what? Why don't we just jump right in? We've got our hate lists, and Holly made the recommendation. I like it that we substitute one for the other. So let's hear it, Jalen. Do you have any subs? Are you going to be taking anything out from your three, which are ESPN, Tua, and the Chiefs are bad?
So I've I I,
Add
I
something.
thought about this a lot, right?
Okay.
I thought about how much do I really hate all of these guys. I know one for sure. We're definitely taking off Tua, and
Okay.
we're adding none other than Derrick Henry. This
Oh
guy
wow.
I mean, this guy's throwing games left and right for my goat Lamar. And I thought maybe, I'm gonna hold off. We're just gonna do one. But I was like, why not just add the whole Ravens team to the other spot? And then why don't we add Mark Andrews? Because I still hate him from last year, but we're gonna hold off on the other two. We're just gonna put Derrick Henry in there.
Okay, so bye bye Tua. We're keeping the Chiefs are bad on there. Chiefs being bad,
Yeah.
and we're adding Derrick Henry and replace it to it. Yeah, I mean, dude, the Derrick Henry fumble thing is just insane. This is I feel like I always wondered what's going to be the thing that slows Derrick Henry down. When will Derrick Henry not be Derrick Henry? And I guess the only true answer to that question is I don't know if he fumbles in the biggest moments of the game a couple of times because you can't tackle him, you can't catch him. The only thing that can stop him is the peanut punch,
And
and it's getting more effective. So
yeah, and I mean it was a great play by Hayden Hutchinson, but it's just like dude, this is twice. Two times in 3 games you're fumbling in the 4th quarter. I don't wanna say, like, the Ravens definitely win if he doesn't fumble, but, like, both drives are looking good until he fumbles the ball, and then the game gets out of hand. So, how about you? You got any additions this week?
yeah, so I've got I'm gonna substitute having to watch the Chiefs out because I am enjoying them being bad just a little bit. I don't like the glazing and everything, but the fantasy football stress is still there, and it's mounting, man. The worst part about fantasy is the better you are, the more the stress comes in, right? Like if your team's bad, like I
Yeah.
did draft kind of a bad team in my high school league, and now I'm just fighting to avoid getting eliminated or having to do the punishment. Um, but my the league I care the most about, which is my keeper league, my 6-man keeper league. I'm 3-0, and the stress there is insane because I want to win that to win it. You know what I mean? I don't care
Yeah.
about I care about the money. It's great to get the money, but it's more about winning the league. So that's a lot of stress. So that stays. Watching Trevor Lawrence stays. It's just been so watching the Jags sucks, man. Especially now that their defense is good, so the other teams aren't doing anything. So there's just no positive. There's just no offense and it's all ugly and like I already do that with the Steelers. I don't need to do that anywhere else.
I
Um
I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, but it's kinda your guy that's making the Jags hard to watch. I don't think it's Trevor Lawrence.
oh dude, totally. Totally. I mean, yeah, ETJ is killing me. I don't even know where this came from. He's absolutely killing me. But my sub, which I'll be taking having to watch the Chiefs out, is well, it's not NFL, but it's called. I'm so sick of Kyle Whittingham and the Utah Utes. If you listen to this podcast, you know that I'm a Ute fan. And if you know me, you know I'm a Ute fan. Which if you listen to this podcast, you know me. Um, What's going on in Utah is insane to me. We fired our offensive coordinator. We brought this new young guy in who's awesome. He's super creative. He's at New Mexico with Bronco Mendenhall, who's doing great up at Utah State. Utah State's offense is looking unbelievable. This guy was his offensive coordinator who ran the fourth best offense in college football last year. And on Saturday, I watched the Utes run the same offense I've watched them run my whole life. And that means one thing. It means Kyle Whittingham is the problem, and I cannot do it anymore. It was miserable.
Yeah, that game was tough. I had it on in the cart while I was golfing, and it was so boring to watch
Yeah,
until
and
and then like the whole game just blew up at the end too.
yeah, and it blows up and like the defense Utah's defense plays unbelievable for 3.5 quarters. The offense doesn't do anything because we're just not doing anything with our offense. And I mentioned Utah State earlier, and this is a bit of a tangent because this is a college, but I watch college ball too. Utah State starting quarterback is Utah's former backup quarterback. He has already accounted for 1,000 yards total offense. He has 9 passing touchdowns and 6 rushing touchdowns, something like that. He's playing unbelievable. And that guy was, and now look, they're in the Mountain West, and the toughest team they've played so far is like Air Force, but he had a huge game against Air Force, who always plays good defense. The Utes would never have a guy do that in 4 weeks at quarterback, ever. It doesn't, I mean, you could give them Lamar Jackson and Kyle Whittingham would be like, yeah, we're going to run power off of the right tackle 3 plays in a row and then punt for 3 quarters, and then I'll let you throw one ball over the middle. So, um, my Utah fans out there, this sucks. Coach Witt is antiquated. This has to be the end of it. It was an monstrosity. I downloaded an app onto my phone to listen to public radio so that I could wait for a phone call for public so that I could call in and complain about this, and it never happened, and I'm still outraged. So this is my platform to do it. That's the hate list.
No, I think it's fair. I think it's really fair.
Yeah, it's just it sucks. So
Out
that's the
on
hate
both
list.
teams by week 4 of the season.
I know, dude. I know. It's great. I made it. We're so back. I've quit on both of my teams.
This is textbook Charlie right now.
I know. I know. Don't worry, I'll be back with vengeance of pure optimism in 3 weeks when both my teams haven't lost for some reason. Um, although I'm pretty sure the Steelers are going to lose this week. Well, let's get that was the hate list. We'll do a little recap of our two teams because it was a fun week. Jalen, do you want to start talking about Minnesota? I feel like I just talked for 3 straight minutes.
Uh, yeah, dude. I mean, I couldn't have been more wrong about the Vikings, I guess. I mean, if you, I guess the system that Kevin O'Connell runs, if you slot in anybody at quarterback not named JJ McCarthy, your team is awesome. We had like this Isaiah Rogers kid. I was thinking like during the game, like I don't think I've ever seen somebody return an interception for a touchdown and then return a fumble for a touchdown.
In the same
And
half.
yeah, dude, and then he forced another fumble. It was just like it was insane. That game was I think after the first quarter, it was like or it was like 7-7 at one point. Or maybe it's 3-7. And then Jake Browning threw another threw the interception that kind of blew the doors open. But yeah, it was just it was crazy. It was really fun to watch. Carson Wentz actually looked pretty good. Um yeah, just I don't know if I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all the way back, but it's always fun to see your team win. So go
Oh, it's
Vikings.
great. There's two great joys in this world, and it's your team winning and uh, and your team winning in a blowout, especially when your team's like us, where you're in the middle of the pack every week, and I don't, it has to feel so good to just see your team go up and stay up and not have to worry and be able to flip through the channels and be able to, pay attention to what's going on at the end of the year, at the end of other games, because that wasn't my experience. The Steelers game ended early, thank God, because it was super stressful. But if you want my honest analysis of this game, I think the Vikings defense is good. The Bengals are really bad without Joe Burrow. I think the team's
Yeah.
pitiful without Joe Burrow. And you guys sucked the life out of them before they had an opportunity to try to replenish anything.
Yeah, I was like having flashbacks to last year when we were like making all these defensive plays. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. This defense is like insanely good when they're healthy.
Yeah, the defense is really good. When you have your full complement of offensive line, it's really good.
Oh, I mean, Darisaw is like one of those guys that you can't really replace. Like there's 5 to 7 left tackles in the NFL that you just when they're gone, you feel it. And just having
100%.
him, everything looked so much better.
Yeah, the Vikings looked awesome. That was like it had to feel so good. Uh
Yeah,
yeah, this so I guess I'll talk about the Steelers because it was an interesting game. I missed the first two touchdowns and we will get into that. I don't spoiler alert, it's going to come up in the basement tapes, but the Pats looked really bad on offense. And the Steelers' offense didn't look very good at all. It got really stagnant really quickly. It's funny. This is the third week in a row now where the Steelers in the first half their offense looks like kind of good. They move the ball. They score touchdowns. They're in scoring position. It seems like Rodgers is going to throw like a pick a game, and we're going to have to live through that pick a game. Just you know, I don't know if there's just growing pains when it comes to playing with a guy like him, or if he's just not able to push the ball through windows he used to be able to. Either way, it is what it is. Our defense finally looked really, really good. 5 turnovers. That's 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions. Or no, sorry, 4 fumbles and 1 interception, which is crazy. Recovered all 4 fumbles, which is super rare. Just fun game to be a Steeler fan. The Calvin Austin touchdown at the end was awesome. Uh, yeah, we had no notes other than if you're gonna get 5 turnovers, you probably should win the game.
yeah, you better win the game
Yeah,
if you
and
get
the
five
fact that it was this
turnovers.
close is a little disturbing.
Yeah, but who cares, man? A win's a win. Who cares?
Right, and I've got to rock with that mentality here for a little bit because Jesus Christ, if I don't, we're
Another
in trouble.
another about the win too. It's always so nice to squeak out wins like that when you're not playing your best.
Totally.
And I
Yeah.
do kind of like what Roger said after the game. Like we can't rely on our defense this much. It's 100%
Right.
true. But I don't know, man. These guys are kind of used to that. I feel like when has TJ Watt been a Steeler where he's not like I got to be locked in this game. Like he's always locked in. All those guys, they know they have to play insane
No,
every game because their offense stinks usually.
it's true. Since Ben retired, which was 20 like 2020 ish. So it's been about 5 years. And even his last 2 years, it was the defense has to win us this game, or we're going to lose in the worst fashion possible. So and it happened last
Stressful to
week.
watch, but
Yeah, it happened last week. The defense didn't show up, and the Steelers got their asses kicked. So you're right. And the fact that like Watt and these guys are used to winning games. It would be so sick to not make them win every game.
yeah.
But alas. Um, all right, dude. Well, let's turn and talk about what we've got this week. I'm excited to talk about the up and coming games because we do a little recap. And the end of last week was just insane.
Yep.
The end of the games in the first half of the first slate was so crazy. So we'll get an opportunity to talk about that in the recap. Do you want to give the fans a score? You versus me here.
Yeah, yeah, so it's I got 7 points for I guess it would be week 3, it's like our first, whatever way you want to look at it.
Sure.
Um Charlie had 16, so I've got a 1 point lead going into this week. I honestly thought I was gonna lose because I had picked a couple games just completely wrong. I mean, this luckily you did too. Like this Falcons pick we had. I
Oh,
mean, I
so
was
bad.
just thinking about how I was Michael Penix was good. And then I had to watch him like get blown out by the Panthers. I'm like, just a terrible take, but it's gonna happen. The Texans also was couldn't have been more wrong on that. And then, of course the Chiefs, it's like, oh, they always play close games. Yeah, well, guess what? They're gonna cover the 6.5 versus the Giants. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't want to talk about a lot of those teams too much when we do the recap, I'll get some of it out of the way because you did a good job synthesizing there. Look, the Panthers Falcons game was so bad that it wasn't even on my radar. Uh I watched Red Zone this week while watching the Steelers game, which is not something that I typically do. I usually do the quad box. I wouldn't have had that game on the quad box anyway, but they flip over to it in red zone and it's like, well, the Panthers scored again, and you're just like, holy shit, Atlanta's having a really bad week. Um,
Yeah. It
I
wasn't
don't
in
know what
my
to make of
quad
the Penix
box.
thing. It was, yeah. So it's just so bad. Uh, Atlanta figure it out. That's like a wake up call loss, I think. For a team that played Tampa like really tough. I think another thing that I learned is just these first few weeks, anything goes. Anything
Yep.
goes. These teams have no identity, especially teams that are kind of like in a weird flux position. The Jags maybe could win their division. I mean, they should be 3-0. The Cincinnati loss is ridiculous. And what was the other one that we were just way off on? Was it
Uh, I didn't mention it, but now that I'm looking again, the Packers.
Oh, I mean, the Packers thing was just like that'll be wrapped into a to another conversation. But yeah, it's just a little
Yeah.
weird. It's weird to be that wrong, but got to remind myself we're pretty early in this process. And oh yeah, I guess the Chiefs beat the Giants, but whatever. So it's 17 Jalen, 16 me. We start the week off with NFC West conference game. I guess you could call this a rivalry. Everything in the NFC West feels anything in conference feels like a rivalry. So, and I don't know who we're kidding about that. It's Seattle versus Arizona in Arizona. Seattle's 1.5 point favorites. The Cardinals are 0-3. Is that right? No, they're 2-1. Holy
Oh
shit!
no.
Couldn't have been more
Yeah.
wrong. Sorry, I forgot.
Almost 3-0.
Almost 3-0. That's what it was. So the Cardinals have won a bunch of games, but are still road dogs to Seattle, who looks like they're putting together a nice season. Uh,
Yeah.
they beat the brakes off the Saints, which doesn't matter, but they also beat the brakes off the Steelers. So they could just be good.
Yeah.
1.5 on the road. I do like Seattle here, and I'll take them on the spread.
I do as well. I think Seattle is just a good football team. And I like that it feels like they can score a lot of points.
Yeah, it does,
Whereas
doesn't it?
like the Cardinals, I mean, it's not looking great. Plus my guy's probably out for the year. Uh James
I
Conner.
know, dude.
So
That was tragic.
yeah.
Trey Sermon thing. Hopefully, I mean, I love James Conner. I hope it gets back. He's an old running back that stuff happens. So, uh, tragic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But we're going same here. I like
yeah,
Seattle
I
winning
like being
comfortably.
in agreement on that. There's no gimmicks here. I think Seattle's going to win that game, but it's Thursday and anything can happen. Sunday, we move into Minnesota at Pittsburgh. This is not actually at Pittsburgh. This game's being played in Dublin, Ireland. It's you versus me, Jalen. You got to say anything about this before we go? Got want to throw anything in?
Um I don't know if I want to talk shit or yeah,
Say whatever, man.
I actually I don't even have a read on this game. Like anything could happen, and I'd be like, yeah, yeah, that sounds about right to me. We could beat you by 35,
Oh,
or
dude.
Boswell could kick a 60-yarder to win, and I'd be like, sounds like Vikings Steelers.
Yeah. So these games that are played in England, I hate them for the teams that have to go. I hate it when my team's there. Minnesota's a two
Yeah.
and a half point favorite. The over-under is 40.5. These are two awesome defenses. Carson Wentz is going to start for the second week in a row, and we're going to see what it's like, the Carson Wentz experience is like against a real defense. I do think that you guys are going to be able to run the ball. The Steelers' run defense looked better this week, but I still have lots of questions, lots and lots of questions. And you guys, this Mason thing is working out. He had a huge week last week, but for the sake of the pod and also because it would be more fun, I think when we go head up, I'm going to take the Steelers, and that means I'm taking them against the spread.
Oh, this could swing the points for sure. Yeah, I'll take the Vikings, and I'll just put my faith in Will Riker to kick a 64-yarder to win and cover, I guess.
I love it. Yeah, bit of a it's again, I hate this game, but it is what it is. So I wish this game was just being played in America.
You guys aren't there for 2 weeks, right? That's just me.
No, you're there 2 weeks. We get the week
Oh,
5 bye week because of this.
oh, I gotta play the Browns next week in London.
Yeah,
That's
huge advantage.
cinema, baby.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we've got the Jalen Charlie Bowl at 7:30 in the morning. Another bummer
7:30
about
in the
this. Like,
morning.
God. And like you said, I don't know whether to talk shit. It's really hard to talk shit as a Steelers fan because it's always all results are in the ether.
Oh,
So, all right, next game. Beginning of the morning slate. At the Commanders versus the Falcons. This is in Atlanta. Washington, a 1.5 point favorite. The over-under set at 44.5. Jaden Daniels, I checked this morning. Still questionable. Looks like Scary Terry is going to miss this week. Maybe another week with a groin injury. I don't love. Uh, and they have Bill Korsky Merritt listed as questionable. Washington looked awesome last week. It was unexpected, but they look great. And I think it speaks to how important it is right now to have a serviceable backup like Marcus Mariota.
I mean, we go through this every year. Like, how good can your backup be when your starter gets hurt? It feels like inevitable that a lot of like at least a handful of these starters are going to get hurt every year. Um, but yeah, Mariota looked good. I'm going to take the Commanders in this to win and cover.
Yeah, I'll agree. Atlanta was so bad last week. It's so hard to get that taste out of your mouth. To put up a goose egg against the Panthers feels like some alarm bell should be ringing.
Yeah, I mean, if I was smart, I'd just pick Washington and then the Falcons to cover, but and just guarantee a point. But
Yeah, but I'm not
after
gonna.
last week, dude, I don't know that I didn't even watch the game, so I don't know how I have this much commentary on it. I saw the score was like 24-0. I think I texted you like, "Are we serious? We're losing to the Panthers by 24 right now." And I think it ended what 30-0.
30-0.
Um, I'm not turning that game on if I see the score like that. I'm just gonna chalk it up to I guess I was wrong about the Falcons. So hopefully I'm right about the Commanders this week.
Yeah, that's super fair. Um, okay. Well, this next game is bad, but also could just be fun for the value of watching Josh Allen. It's New Orleans at Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 15.5 points. That's our biggest spread, I think, this year. And
Yep.
it's a 47.5 point over under. Buffalo didn't cover a big spread last week, but it was a Thursday night game. They're coming off 10 days of rest. New Orleans just got waxed by Seattle. So everything about this game tells me to take Buffalo, take the points. I don't know who have they even said who they're going to start in New Orleans? So I heard some remarkable stats. I'm sure you heard this too on Bill Simmons, but Rattler's something like 0-9,
Yeah. Yeah, it's
and
terrible.
he's terrible. And I hate to say this, dude, because this is going to sound just like I'm an evil person. But when Rattler was on that QB1 show on Netflix, I was like, dude, this guy's ego is so problematic. Uh, and he was so easy to cheer against on that show, and then, like, I got to a point where I kinda felt bad for him at Oklahoma, and then he went to South Carolina, I was like, "Okay." And, dude, to see him struggle like this in the NFL, it's like, "Yeah, dude, maybe it was your ego." But he was, 18. Shouldn't judge a kid, but, man, it's gotta be really hard for the kid that I saw in QB1 to be handling this.
Dude, 15.5 is that's a lot of points, man.
Dude, it's so many points. It's it's over, it's over 2 touchdowns, and these big point numbers scare me only for the purpose of, like, Buffalo could just go up, like, 28-3 and never try again and win the game, you know, 31-21 and still not cover.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna take them to cover.
I am too. I think we're gonna see Mitch Trubisky this week.
The biscuit, dude. The biscuit. Oh boy. Yeah, New Orleans is really bad. All right, next game. Could we get another miracle here? Cleveland at Detroit. Detroit's a 9.5 point favorite. The over-under is 44.5. Cleveland coming off of a miraculous win against the Green Bay Packers. Detroit coming off of a huge win against the Baltimore Ravens. Detroit, after week one, has looked unbelievable, but I don't know what to take from it. What's your take on Detroit in this game?
My take is that they're not even worse than last year. I think
Yeah.
they're just really good still.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson, man, he adds something to that defense. It's
Dude, and he looks good. Like some guys come back from injury and you're like, "Oh, it's going to take him a minute." He's like fully back.
Yeah, no, I mean he's doing the full Waluigi run, dude, around the corner. He's got the tiny arms. Uh
Yeah, it's good to see cuz that injury was pretty sad to watch last year.
yeah, no, it was. And it's he obviously he had an unbelievable play against Derrick Henry. We've already complained about. Yeah, I mean my take for Detroit coming into the year was, hey, look, don't be surprised to see the engine stutter a little bit. Don't be surprised if they're not as good as they were. They got the Super Bowl treatment for their staff, and they didn't win a Super Bowl. And that's really tough, and we're going to find out a lot about what Dan Campbell and this coaching tree is. And dude, they're killing teams. I mean, they didn't kill the Ravens, but it's the Ravens. They beat them by 8 points. I mean, Lamar's only lost one game to the NFC
It
prior to that game.
plus like it felt like they did whatever they wanted against the Ravens.
Yeah. Yeah. And they went for a really risky 4th and 1. And it was just it didn't feel like it
Naturally.
was ever in doubt. That ball goes over the top to Amon-Ra. He's held at the beginning of it anyway.
No.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown is making a serious case for being the best receiver in football this year.
Yeah, I know I was pretty big on Nico Collins last year, but I think I'm gonna have to replace Amon Ra or replace Nico and throw Amon Ra up in that like elite
Yeah.
receiver.
Yeah, I think you're always looking for the third guy kind of to the Chase Jefferson sweepstakes, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and Amon-Ra
AJ
St.
Brown
Brown
too.
seems like it could be him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just really good, man. And they're really good. They're not missing like any guys either. Like they're missing their coaches, but all of the players are still there. And at they still have Dan Campbell. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take them to win by 10 here. I don't think
Okay.
the Browns are gonna be able to score enough points to keep up with them.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to get into this just a little bit because I got to give the Browns some credit for that win. That was a gritty win. It was the Browns play good defense for as long as their defense can play good defense. And which sounds crazy, but it sounds like I'm talking in a circular argument there. But really what I'm saying is Browns offense is so bad that by the time the fourth quarter rolls around or the end of the third quarter, the defense is completely spent. And last week was pure grit from Cleveland's defense and their special teams to win a game. They get a massive block field goal at the end of the game. They're able to flip it and turn around and shit or whatever the guy's last name is. I know it's like Schmidt, but it looks like shit um, on his jersey. Who missed, I don't know, some horrible field goals week one, which would have made Cleveland 1-0, and they should be 2-1. Goes out there and drills a 59-yarder. It was cool. I think Cleveland is a gritty team. I think they're a little tougher to knock off than people give them credit for. I'm going to take them to cover, but I'm going to take Detroit to win.
That's fair. Um, I don't know. I feel like Dan Campbell kind of has this team right where he wants them. Like, oh, they thought you guys were gonna be worse without your coaches. Well, look what you just did to Baltimore. Look at this. Like, they have so many things that they can go to on offense with Gibbs and Montgomery and JMO and Amon Ra and Laporta and Jared Goff is like, I don't know if Jared Goff gets enough credit for, because he doesn't play like flashy football, but he just plays really solid ball every single week, I feel like. And I think they're just gonna go on a tear and just start blowing teams out, kind of like they did last year.
I mean, it's totally fair. I mean, he does have the team where he wants them. That's for sure. That they're playing the style of football he wants them to play. They're still inspired. Uh, you know what? I just something gritty about Cleveland for me. But yeah, I think Detroit's going to be a juggernaut. Next game's so doo doo in comparison. This isn't a great slate. I'm not going to lie to you this week. We got a lot of bad games. There's one good game on the horizon, but uh, there's a couple down the stretch, I guess. Carolina, New England, man. In New England, Pats are 5.5 point favorites. The over-under is 42.5. I don't know what this says about the Falcons that Carolina comes off beating them and they're 5.5 point dogs. And Carolina beat the brakes off of them. New England, and mind you, New England turned the ball over 5 times against the Steelers. Still were in the game, but not a good team. Didn't look good. Drake May has looked iffy at best. I know that cousin Sal's calling him Drake maybe. Uh, I don't know. That's it's a little Disney Channel for me. What's your take here, man?
I haven't watched either of these teams that much outside of last week. I watched Patriots because they were playing the Steelers, and I watch all the Steelers games, so I can like talk to you about
I do the same with the
whatever's going
Vikings.
on with your team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no read on this game. I think the Pats might be a little better than the Panthers, but I don't really know if it's 5.5 points worthy. That's a pretty big spread.
Yeah.
Um, is Christian Gonzalez back
It's a good
yet?
question. You know, he's good. He's really good for them, and it feels like he's questionable. Ah, God, I fucking hate the questionable tag. Thanks for the questionable, by the way. What does that mean? You know?
I think they think he's gonna play if they're 5.5. So I'm gonna take the Pats to win and cover.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Pats to win. I'm gonna take Carolina to cover because I don't know what to make of whatever happened last week. I don't know if there's a marked difference between New England and any of these teams at the bottom, other than that I listen to Bill Simmons and for some reason think they're better than they are.
Coaching,
Coaching's a
maybe.
good reason. Yeah, Vrabel's a great coach, but 5.5 points feels like a lot for a team that just turned the ball over 5 times.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, next game. This is a bad game. The and this dude, this is what I say. I say this is a bad game, and then all of these games end up being good, and there's a ton of upsets. The Chargers are going to play New York, the New York Giants, I should say, in New York. This is a 6.5 point spread in favor of the Chargers, 44.5 point over under. The Chargers have looked like world beaters. This is the I'll say this about the Chargers. They're winning games they used to lose or that I'm so used to seeing them lose. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, they're good.
think they're good. I think this is the Harbaugh thing. He's elevated the floor of this team to ultra competent playoff team, and the defense is clicking, the offense is clicking. On the other side of this, the Giants are going to be starting Jackson Dart in his first start. Brutal, but might as well
Yeah.
get it out of the way. He's going to lose a lot of games. He's on the Giants. The Giants, when I watch him, I don't know about you, Jalen, but I can't help but think, God, the only thing really holding this team back from being a, competing for the playoffs or like a really competitive team is the quarterback.
I think they might need a new coach here soon, to be honest.
It's probably fair too.
But yeah, I mean, they're just the Giants. Like I don't think this team is like worse or better than last year because the Giants played some like surprising games. They're always kind of hanging around. It just feels like the same team as last year to me.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird in that when I watch the Giants, I go, God, it's not bad. They got pieces, man. They've like
Yeah.
their receiving core's good. Their defense is pretty good. I thought their
Yeah.
defense held their own against the Chiefs. I know that the score would suggest maybe differently, but I mean, there's just something missing, and it's probably a little bit of coach, is probably quarterback, but Dart's gonna take a he's there's gonna be a lot of lessons learned here in the next couple weeks. I think the Chargers win this, and my guess is they cover.
I think they're gonna win and cover too. And I will say shout out to Cam Scadaboot because that guy is so fun to watch.
Dude, he's fun to watch. He's dumb as nails, is what it looks like. He's probably not actually a dumb person. He might be though. Uh, he plays, he's the Rob Gronkowski of running backs. He plays with reckless abandon on every play, dude.
Dude, he's so hard to bring down.
Yeah, and his career's going to be so short if he keeps playing this violently, but God, it is
Probably.
fun to watch.
Yeah, I hope Dart does good. I mean, it'd be fun to see the Giants like turn it around and just have them be kind of a good team again.
Couldn't
It's
agree
been
more.
forever since they've been good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and you know what? I default cheer for Jackson Dart. Kids from Utah.
Exactly. We have to.
We have to cheer for him. So the Giants got a fan in me for at least a week. All right, dude, this next game I've been looking forward to. This next game is it's Philadelphia at Tampa Bay. Philly is a 3.5 point favorite. The over-under is 43.5. The last time Jalen Hurts lost as a starter for the Philadelphia Eagles was against Tampa Bay last year. The Bucks have looked great. The Eagles have looked really good. This is going to be an awesome game. What's your take?
My take is that the Eagles are really good still.
Yeah.
And the Jalen Hurts hate, I mean, this guy, I hold him near and dear to my heart because he brought me a fantasy championship. So I will always be in his corner. But
Hello,
I
Jalen.
just never
Hello, Jalen.
I just never got like the this all this guy could do is like run the ball, like all this stuff. Like he's just really good at winning, I feel like. And I do think that second half, I mean, this isn't like a new take that you're hearing from me. It's kind of stolen from a lot of other stuff that I've read, but it looks like he kind of took over as the play caller in the second half of that game. And
Yeah.
it feels like he kind of won it for him. So I don't know. They're good. I just like watching him. He's just a humble player. All he wants to do is win. I mean, the dude is just straight face while this guy's running back um, a blocked kick for a touchdown. Just like basically just looking like he's thinking we should have never been in this spot in the first place. Um, but yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles to win and cover. I think Tampa is. I think they're a little banged up, right? Their offensive line.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of surprised only 3.5, but I guess you get the 1.5 for it being a home game for them, so it's probably closer to like 5.5.
Yeah. Yeah. It is you know, yeah. Here's the thing. I'm really you got me into this trance on this Jalen Hurts thing. Okay. You've completely because I can't figure out the hate. Um
I don't know it. I don't get it either, man. He's a good player. And it's not
so
like he's like obnoxious or like he does nothing for people to hate him is the other thing.
no, no. And I just for fun, just for fun. I looked up Tom Brady's first 5 seasons as a starter. He threw for 13,925 passing yards. He had 97 touchdowns. He won 3 Super Bowls in his first 5 years. Okay, awesome, awesome career start. Jalen Hurts, more passing yards at 15,000. He has less touchdowns at 88, but not by a lot. And keep in mind, he hasn't played the full season yet. So we're just at the beginning of his 5th season, right? He's been to 3 Super Bowls, won 2. So he's one shy of Brady. And we talk about this guy like there's something wrong with him being mild mannered. Like there's something wrong with him winning games and not being boisterous about it. I don't know. I get it. It's not the flashiest. I get that the tush push is boring. I get that the Eagles team is really good and the defense is really good. But everybody who wins Super Bowls has those things. Everybody. I don't
It's
know.
a great point, and I would add that the tush push isn't really possible with other quarterbacks besides him. He kind of enables the whole thing. And I know it's like, oh, well, he's just bigger, stronger than everybody. I mean, that counts in football. I hate to break it to whoever wants to use that as an argument, but it
Yeah,
matters to be big and strong in football. And he's got to be the biggest, strongest quarterback out there. And I think that's why the touch push works so well for him.
totally. And for the record, all those out there listening who want to dispute the stats that I read, I Googled those while Jalen was talking. I even missed the question he was asking me because it does piss me off. And it sent me into this whole thing where I was like, well, wait a minute, what about Tom Brady? Um, and so I apologize for missing your question on that. But yeah, man, it's frustrating. And Tampa's good. Tampa is good. We've just spent a lot of time talking about defending Jalen Hurts' honor. Um,
Yeah,
Look, Tampa's a team
sorry.
that's really put it together. This could be a potential NFC championship game. If it was, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm super impressed with the way that they've handled the drafts recently. The Agbuka thing is a great find. It seems like they've built a team around Baker Mayfield that complements his style of football. He's an amazing leader. The game that they played last week was a crazy game that they should have lost, that they found a way to win. And that's kind of every week right now. They beat the Falcons by 3, found a way to win. They beat the Texans by 1, found a way to win. They beat the Jets by 2, found a way to win. They are confident in their quarterback. They play confident in their quarterback down the stretch. It's a good team as well. 3.5 feels like a lot.
You think Baker's gonna cover that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked at
yeah.
all.
I'll take the Eagles to win them to cover. Sorry, I just went off on like 2 huge rants.
No, it's good. I mean, these are two of the best quarterbacks we have right now. So I think it's fair. Baker's been so fun to watch this year.
Dude, he has, hasn't he?
He's another guy that's just it's really easy to cheer for him. Kind of the opposite mannerism of Jalen Hurts, but still it's hard not to root for the guy.
Yeah, it's impossible not to root for Baker Mayfield, man. The guy is his story's awesome. He plays with such heart. It's great. Um, and I
Yeah.
missed your I may have even missed your pick. What was your pick, man? I got into like
Oh,
full picks.
I'm taking the Eagles to win and cover.
Okay, and I respect that. I respect that. It's on the road. I don't know. It feels weird to me, but yeah, good pick.
Look, I'll take them until they don't.
Yeah, look, and we haven't even really talked about the end. I mean, the Jordan Davis return was so sick.
Yeah, it got me an extra point. That's the difference in our picks right now.
Oh, that's so funny. It was so cool, man. I love a big man touchdown.
Yeah, yeah, it was crazy because wasn't that I guess we can talk about it now because we've covered the three teams that are uh that had the blocked kicks, either against them or for them, but
Yeah, I
the
guess it was.
Browns blocked kick and then the Tampa blocked kick and then the Eagles blocked kick. It all happened in like 15 minutes.
That's crazy. I was trying to explain to my girlfriend how insane that was because she was here watching the games with me, and I I was like, look, you got to understand that a team is lucky to block a field goal once a year. It may happen once, maybe twice a year that they block a kick, either a punt or a field goal. It's even more rare that that gets returned for a touchdown.
Yes, dude. And
And we
on two
had
of them it did.
and we had in the span of 5 minutes in 3 different games, 3 blocked field goals, 2 of which were returned for touchdowns. The other which resulted in a game-winning field goal from what should be the worst team in the NFL against what a lot of people have as the best team in the NFL. This was one of the craziest final 5 minutes of football I have ever experienced, and I never watch Red Zone, Jalen. I was at my apartment. We're gonna get into why I was at my apartment. I was watching Red Zone for this, and it was perfect. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was so fun. Like I text you like, "Oh, blocked kick," and then I'm like, "Another one," and then I'm like, "Another one." It was fun, man.
It was so fun. And, the Jets one looked like the Jets were gonna win, and it speaks to Baker's ability to come down and win that game after that, because if that happened to me, I'd be like, "Well, 2 and 1's not so bad." But and
Oh,
and, you know
we also we gotta shout out Aaron Glenn for doing for doing that dance after the return too. That's gonna like live on forever in NFL memes.
Oh, I know, and dude, I I like Aaron Glenn. I would have done a dance too, for the record.
Yeah, I thought it was perfectly fine to celebrate like that.
Oh. Next game, Tennessee, Houston. Houston's a 7.5 point favorite against the Tennessee Titans at home. It's a 38.5 point over under. How Houston's a 7.5 point favorite, it's 0-3 is beyond me. I'll take Houston to win, Tennessee to cover.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of comments on either of these teams. I think the Texans might suck though.
The Texans might suck, and that sucks because I like Shroud, but it's just not working out right now. I don't know what they've got going on. Great defense, though.
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna do the same thing as you. 7.5 for them is insane, I feel like.
Insane. Yeah. Uh, all right, we've got the Colts versus the Rams. Sneaky good game in LA. The Rams are 3.5 point favorites. The Colts punted for the first time this last week. We haven't really gone into the Daniel Jones thing. I'm going to give it one more week. This seems like the first big test for the Colts. The Rams look good, but they gave up a huge lead to Philadelphia. They're a good team, but I'm not expecting a lot here. Uh, I'll take the Colts to cover and the Rams to win.
God, this is hard. I think I like the same. I don't know if I can it there's like a handful of teams that I just don't like picking against. The Rams are one of them.
Yeah,
I do think the Colts are like not in the upper tier of teams, like the high tier teams, but they're in the top half for sure.
for sure. For sure. Got a lot
Um,
of
but yeah, I'm excited to watch this game. I think it'll be good.
same. I think it's a great game to have on, especially this afternoon slate's got two good games and two that I'm like, I don't know if I really want to watch that. Speaking of the one that I don't really know, it really depends here. We've got Jacksonville at San Francisco. San Francisco's 3.5 point favorites. The over under set at 47.5. The Jags keep winning games despite the fact that I hate them. And despite the fact that the receiver that I have in fantasy on their team can't do anything. And San Francisco's 3-0. They are good. They look like they're slowly getting back, but then right as that happens, Bosa tears his ACL, and we're back to San Francisco being, the injury capital of the world with Kittle and him out. Uh, I do think this line's a little low. I don't know if we're gonna get Purdy back this week. 3.5 makes me think that Mac Jones will be playing. I like a little Mac Jones revenge game against Jacksonville. I'm gonna take San Francisco to win and cover.
Dude, you took the words right out of my mouth. Um, yeah, Mac Jones revenge game. Sign me up. Take the Niners to win and cover.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you impressed by San Francisco? I am, but I'm also not at the same time. It's a super weird feeling.
Dude, after owning a player in fantasy on their team, I, I don't know what to think of this team every single week that they play.
Yeah. Yeah. I have Ricky Pearsall. Love him. But
I think they're good. I'm not like I don't want to say I'm like super impressed with their wins. I mean, they're 3-0. The Seahawks win looks like it was good. They win a division game against Arizona, and then they beat the Saints by 5. It's like I know Purdy's out too, and they're missing guys, but it's hard to have like a serious take on them with guys out, and
yeah.
they're like barely winning games. So
Yeah. No, I agree. It's brutal. Oh, dude, here we go. So I do want to talk about this to some extent. Ravens are playing at Kansas City. Baltimore's 2.5 point favorites on the road in Kansas City. The over-under set at 48.5. Chiefs have looked bad all year. They didn't look good on Sunday night. They got a win, but they didn't look good. The Ravens have looked good and lost games. Um, one of these two teams is going to exit this game 1-3.
yep.
That's crazy. If it's Kansas City, it feels like a bigger hole, mainly because I still think Baltimore's the best team in their division, and I'm not sure the Chiefs are the best team in their division. I think it's the Chargers. Um, I like the Ravens here, dude. Uh, and I think I'll
Yeah,
take the Ravens
I do too.
to win and Kansas City to cover. Just I'll do the safe thing, but I like the Ravens here.
I'll take the Ravens to win and cover. And if Derrick Henry fumbles another football, this team is dead to me. So
Fair enough.
I don't think he's going to though. I think he looked like very, very pissed off last week. So
Yeah, and that look, the first fumble was his fault. This fumble looked like just an unbelievable play from a player he couldn't see.
yeah, just a good play. I think the Ravens might just be able to score more than the Chiefs. I think it might just come down to that because I don't think the Chiefs' defense is like insanely good this year.
Me
So
neither,
we'll see. It's a good matchup for the afternoon for sure.
for sure. Uh, all right. Next game, Chicago versus the Raiders. This is in Las Vegas. The Bears are 1.5 point favorites. The over/under set at 47.5. This is a funny, I can't believe the Bears are favored in this. I know that the Raiders looked really bad last week against the Commanders. They haven't been putting together great games yet. I think the Raiders are better than the Bears. I'll take the Raiders to win and cover. The Raiders to win and cover.
I'm just gonna take the Bears to win and the Raiders to cover.
Smart.
Just guarantee me a point. Both these teams are trash. So
Yeah. The Bears enjoy the high ride of your victory last week, Chicago. It could be a minute. Uh
yeah.
Max
Caleb made
Crosby.
some awesome throws last week, though. I'll give him that.
He did. He did make some awesome throws. So we'll see what happens. All right, the Sunday night game. This is a poo-poo game. I'm not looking forward to this. We've got the Green Bay Packers going to Dallas. Dallas is a terrible defense. Sorry, Green Bay's a 6.5 point favorite. The over/under is 47.5. This is the Micah Parsons Bowl. That's the only thing exciting about this game is that it's the Micah Parsons Bowl. And yeah, God, the Packers are coming off of a weird loss. I think they're going to want to make a statement like, "Hey, look, we're still really good. That was a weird little fluky thing that just happened." And Dallas's defense is trash to
So
make the
bad.
Bears look that good.
Over, yeah. I'm thinking about the over.
Yeah, 47.5. I've been thinking about it all day.
I'm just gonna take the Packers to win and cover. I don't think there's any way they lose this game.
No, I think this is a get right game for Jordan Love. I have the Packers to win. I have them to cover, and the temptation to take this over is to go for the trifecta. I'll stay away from it for this week, but there's going to be a trifecta Dallas week.
Yeah.
So, all right, the two Monday
Ah,
night games, dude.
brutal.
This is brutal. I mean, if you don't watch Monday Night Football, you want to make your girlfriend happy. Don't watch Monday Night Football this week, and we'll fill you in on what happened. The New York Jets are going to play Miami in Miami. Miami's 2.5 point favorites. I don't know, man. Flip a coin. I'll take Miami to win and the Jets to cover. These are two terrible teams.
Yeah. Based on what I saw on Thursday against the Bills, I think the Dolphins could be okay at points.
Inspiring.
That's a good take. Yeah, that's a really good take. Um, I'll take it to win and cover. This game sucks. I'm probably not even gonna watch this. Well, I can't watch Bengals. I can't watch the next game either. So
Yeah, next game's bad. Bengals, Denver. The Browning thing is not working out. Cincinnati, please, if you're out there and for some reason you're an executive listening to this podcast, go and get Jameis Winston, man. Let me just enjoy bombs downfield to Jamar Chase and T Higgins. If we're not gonna do anything else, let's just do that. Uh, Denver's defense is just as good as your defense, if not better. I have no reason to believe that Cincinnati's gonna be able to do anything in this game. I'll take Denver to win and cover.
another 1-2 team that is not bad at all.
No, we've got a couple of them out there. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
and 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 a and a 2-1 team that is really bad in Cincinnati.
for sure.
Cincinnati is still first in their division.
I know,
So
dude. And at no point this year can we take them for Survivor.
no,
Can't
and
do
I've got
it.
to put in my survivor pick. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, I'll take
Denver.
Broncos to win and cover. This
Yeah,
team sucks. So
yeah. All right, those were the picks. These first couple weeks are always really long. There's no bye weeks. We'll promise to get a little shorter. We had to go into Philly Tampa there, and we'll turn to the segment basement tapes. Basement tapes again is just I used to live in my parents' basement and watch the games. I still watch all the games with my dad, or typically do. My basement tape this week is a little football, non-football related. You're going to enjoy this one, Jalen. You got a little teaser of it last night. On
okay.
Sunday, the right before Steelers kickoff, my car broke down on the exit ramp of I-15, and I'm sitting on this exit ramp. Cars are ripping by. It's pretty hot. I've got my girlfriend and her dog are in the car. Uh, and I call my dad and I said, Dad, my car broke down. I don't, what should I do? I'm calling a tow truck. Where should I take it? He's like, well, I'm calling your brother. He'll come and pick you up. I call my brother. Hey, Hunter, my car broke down. He's like, what do you want me to do about that? Keep in mind, my brother lives like 15 minutes away. Thanks. I said, I want you to come pick me up. He goes, well, like, I don't even know where you are. I'm trying to tell you where I am. Dude, like, come on. And I call my dad. I said, Hunter's being a pain in the ass about this. And my dad goes, Charlie, I want you to tell me exactly what happened. I said, what the fuck? The car broke down. He goes, I know, but I want to know why. It's like, I don't care why it broke down, dude.
You're like, I don't know why it broke down, but it's
Dude,
broken down.
it's broken down. If I knew why, I wouldn't be driving it. You know? If I had a hint as to why it would have broken down, I wouldn't have gotten in it that day. And we got it all figured out. It's serpentine belt snapped while I was driving and the battery died. But um,
Wait,
you know,
you
I,
didn't
I
know that when it broke down?
I had no idea. And my dad was like, God,
That's
God,
on you, man.
I
You
know,
gotta
and
know
he's
about the serpentine belt.
serpentine belt, which has, by the way, no sign that it's ever gonna go out, except for the battery sign comes on, and then your car dies 20 minutes later.
I have no
Um,
idea what that is. Sorry, keep going.
I don't really know what it is either, dude. I'm just saying it in case we have some car dads out there listening. So my brother shows up. Thank you, Hunter, and he picks my girlfriend and her dog up, and they drive off. And then I'm sitting in the car for what is like another 40 minutes while I'm waiting to get picked up because the tow truck's taking a minute to get there. As the tow truck arrives, I get a call from my dad. Hey, Dad. I think I know what's wrong with it, Charlie. I think I know what's wrong with that car. When you get there, call me. What? Did you just spend 40 minutes thinking about what happened to the car instead of just, like, it's going to the mechanic, dude. We're gonna find out what happened. We're, we're a day away from knowing exactly what happened to this car. I swear to God, Jalen, he said, look under the hood, see if the belt's there. I bet the serpentine belt fell off.
No way.
I swear to God, dude.
God. You just know he was like pacing around your house thinking about it
Dude,
too. And then the
he didn't
light
watch
bulb,
him.
he's like, I know what's wrong. And he called
The
you.
thing that pissed me off the most about it is, so I call him like while we're at the thing because my window's down, you can't turn the car on. I don't know what to do. After he determined that it was the serpentine belt, he goes on a bike ride. He doesn't watch the Steelers. He gets on his bike and he goes for a ride. And I call him. He goes, "Oh, hey, dude, what do you need? I'm on a ride." What do I need? Why did you leave? Why'd you get on your bike? Why'd you think this was a good time to go on a bike ride? That's the basement tapes, man. It was unbelievable.
That's funny, man. Your dad is so funny. I was thinking about it too though, and I was like, my dad would 100% know what's wrong. I don't know how
Oh,
dads get all this knowledge, but they just know stuff. When
dude.
things
Well,
go wrong, they know what to do.
we think we don't know why dads know, but now I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basement tapes. Um, all right, well, we'll turn to the final segment, dude. This segment is becoming my favorite segment because I do watch the games trying to figure this out. I think you're gonna like mine. This is your anime moment of the week, and mine is inspired. Jalen and I went to the Demon Slayer movie last night. It's fantastic. If you have the time to go and see it, go see it. I loved it. Um, Jalen, you enjoyed it. We've talked about it.
Incredible. It was so fun.
So fun. Uh, and I wasn't gonna go with this, but now I really think it's kind of fun. When I was watching um, Red Zone and all the chaos was unfolding, it felt like I was in the Infinity Castle and somebody was
Kinda, yeah.
kind of strumming the little like Japanese guitar thing, and a new door was opening, and I was falling through, and it was like dong, and then I changed, and dong, and then I changed. Um, because so much crazy shit was happening like all at once, and Scott Hansen's on TV, and I haven't watched Red Zone in so long, and it's like dong change, dong change, dong change, and my attention's going from one thing to another, and I feel like I can't keep up, and it was just awesome, man. So my anime moment of the week is watching Red Zone, feeling like I'm falling through the Infinity Castle.
Bro, and you've got like Scott Hansen takes the place as those little birds that fly around and they go like
Dude, exactly.
like just talking about all the teams that get knocked out, like if they
Caw,
oh.
Aaron Glenn is dancing. Caw, the Jets lost.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
My moment, I had to try to tie it to Derrick Henry somehow. So I was thinking of like really good betrayals. My first betrayal thought went to the eclipse, and I thought maybe that's probably not the best analogy to use for this. So I went with I was trying to think of like really strong leaders that just have trash around them. So naturally I go to One Piece. I'm thinking Trafalgar Law first, but then I'm like, no, Lamar's a little more important than uh Trafalgar Law in the grand scheme of the NFL. So I decided to go with Lamar kind of feels like Whitebeard right now, and I was thinking of like
Dude.
a really good meme where I Photoshop a face of Derrick Henry's face on Squad when he stabs him, and then Whitebeard turns around because like Derrick Henry's all like whatever, he's pissed off, and Lamar's not the guy to throw anybody under the bus ever. He was probably like, "Yo, it's all right, dude," and that's exactly what Whitebeard did. But it's getting ugly right
Dude,
now.
that's great.
That's just kind of something I came up with.
I really
So
like that. That's so good. Yeah.
yours was good, bro. That and then like my first thought is just Scott Hansen as the bird, like calling out all the all the teams getting knocked out. It's so funny.
That's a good yours is good. When you said Derrick Henry and just the supporting staff sucks, and you think back to the Whitebeard Wars, and it's like, yeah, like I guess Ace was pretty good, and like Marco's pretty adequate, but in reality, like B tier first and second commanders of a Yonkos crew in comparison to like everyone else.
Yeah, dude. And then like if you want to count someone like one of his top guys being dead, it's basically Justin Tucker. I mean, the guy is dead to the Ravens now, which is Ace.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, totally, dude.
yeah, I'm glad I switched it to Whitebeard because my first thought, dude, I was so mad when Derrick Henry fumbled thinking about all this, and I was like, I was gonna take a Femto Casca approach
Oh boy.
with
Oh,
Lamar Jackson watching, but I was like, we probably shouldn't do that. So
we can't go to that lane. I mean,
yeah,
I'm happy you switched it to that too. Yeah, I'm happy you didn't go with Law because like Derrick Henry's career's pretty goddamn good. Like
yeah. Well, it's not great to have him as Squad, but it's like, I mean, what
yeah,
is he this year? He's just throwing the games.
it's just stabbing Lamar in the heart and getting hugged by Lamar on the sideline. It's dude, that is really good. I wouldn't have thought to go there. I like it a lot. Well, dude, it was great. It's another week in the books. Thank you, Holly. Again, this podcast is brought to you by Moffat Media LLC. Holly is a freelance worker within this world. I don't even know how to describe it. She does production assistant. She produces this podcast. It's been great to have her. She keeps us on track. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Jalen.
Thank you.
All right. See you next week.